really close to live. Done. Redirecting to Facebook
we're here
live page.
With the Beery Traveler. My name is Ian.
My name is Sean.
The bartender extraordinaire.
I know my sign's long this week. I apologize. I hope that came across right. I'm going to switch the camera because we actually can't see. There we go. All right.
I can see it. I can see any comments.
There we go. All right. So welcome to the show this week. We have Juliana Finch as our musical guest. Hello. I know you did just say that, didn't you?
I did not, actually.
Oh, sweet. I'm doing it right.
I was making sure we were live.
It's been a little weird today because we got rained out.
Yeah,
we were outside. And the one cell cloud thing that was like a tiny thing then like blew up just enough to cover the area we were in.
And then all of a sudden we're getting hammered. We're under umbrellas.
Right.
I'm just imagining you as little Peanuts characters with just one solitary cloud above you.
That's what it was.
It really was. That's exactly how it happened. And I think it was like famous last words. It's not going to hit us, man. It's not going to hit us. Like,
we were hearing that last night from someone.
So this week, we were also trying some beers that we picked up on our road trip from last week.
Yeah, last week we went to Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. We had the Skyline Chili.
We did. I broke my fast to have Skyline Chili, and it turns out it's just a bowl full of cumin. So that was cool.
It was all right.
It was all right. It was fun, and I'd always wanted to try it. So I was glad I did do that. I wish I had been drinking beforehand.
Yeah,
because it would have helped.
Probably.
Then I'm lactose intolerant.
Cincinnati puts chili on spaghetti, right?
Yeah, like it's an all-meat chili with a pound of cheese on top of that.
Cheese on top, and they give you like a whole bag of cheese to go along with it. So you can put as much cheese or not, and like.
Nothing wrong with that.
I can feel this tomorrow already while I'm eating it today.
Right. He's like, I'm making a yeah, it was.
So the three beers that we're going to talk about, we're gonna cut away from before we get sued by Skyline Chili.
Or sponsored.
Yeah, we're sponsored. Yeah.
Right.
When you're drunk enough to eat this.
Right. That's White Castle's slogan. Sorry, White Castle.
The three beers we're gonna have this week. We've got the West Side Brewery in Cincinnati. We're going to try their Goza. It's right there on your screen.
On the left on your beer screen.
Yes. And then we've also got the Schulzbräu Munich-style Helles Lager. We've talked about Helles Lager before. We've talked about Goza before as well. We're going to quiz Sean a little bit about what he's learned while working with the Beery Traveler.
I'm a fantastic bartender, but I tend towards the cocktails. And what's the last beer, by the way?
And that was in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, sorry.
And then we have the Country Boy Brewing Key Lime Cougar Bait. So I guess they run a series of beers called Cougar Bait, and we get the Key Lime version of it.
Oh, okay. So I didn't grasp that when we were talking about beers and grabbing stuff. Because you were talking to one person, I was talking to the other.
So this is the salty old man in the corner. We'll talk about him later.
I can't wait.
So
it was a fun brewery.
So the Cougar Bait is a golden ale with key lime added.
Excellent. Well, do you want to dig into the first beer and then
we'll talk a little bit with Juliana.
Yeah. Juliana, how are you today, by the way?
I forgot the beer, so we're in the cooler over here.
Excellent. Good.
The one thing we forgot. So let me grab them real quick.
Yeah, he forgot to grab beers. I won't.
Hey, good thing we're downstairs.
So since perfect. So Juliana's prepared. She's better than we are. Thank you. But yeah, so since we got pushed inside, the nice thing is our beer cooler is 10 feet away versus I got to run inside.
Made that good sound.
That was well timed too. That wasn't the quick open.
Also forgot to get the ice.
Ian also forgot to get ice today. So that's fine. You can do it. You can. I'll get to listen to all the music. And we'll Damn it all. Ooh, man, you're pouring that right next to the microphone. It's beautiful. I love it.
Hear what's going on here?
It was just.
This is a great show.
It's kind of like a Coca-Cola commercial where you just kind of hear that.
Just making the beer sound good.
Yeah.
Still with that one.
Beautiful. All right. So we're following suit. With the west side.
So Sean, one of your trivia questions for tonight.
Actually, an important.
I gave him the answer earlier. And I made him kind of pull it out. I kind of like was like, it's this, it's this.
Oh.
So what makes a goza?
Beer.
Yes.
So Gosa always has to have at least two key ingredients, which are salt and cilantro, aka coriander.
Yes. It's a German style
I didn't
beer.
know that.
Yep, and it's definitely a sour, but you get
It's kind of funky.
you get when you taste the beer, you'll see it's got a saltiness or an ocean quality to it.
Yeah, I said funk. Ocean. I actually like that as a descriptor. It's clear, pale yellow. It's got a little tiny bit of cloudiness to it.
Yeah. But you could sit on the beach and drink this.
Oh, but that's good. That tastes good.
You could definitely drink this with oysters. Like this would be a really good sit and drink and eat a couple dozen of oysters on the beach.
I mean, it's probably because of the saltiness, but I'm like just pretzels. It's fun.
Yeah.
I want pretzels, right? That's good.
I also feel like this would go really well, like a low country boil
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And
like,
it really
just like a bunch of shrimp and corn and. But I'm from
Yeah.
the South, so.
Yeah.
No, that would actually make total sense. This would actually go.
Someone needs to make an Old Bay goza.
No,
Were we thinking
yeah,
the same
yeah.
thing? Old Bay goza.
Totally could. That
Put a
actually would
big
be smart.
old crawfish or a big old crab on the front of it.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yes. Old Bay goza.
Well, we have to get sponsored by them, so we have to be
Yeah.
Cajun seasoned goza.
Yeah.
Creole.
Old Bay style.
I can't use the name at all. I'm pretty sure. We could use the same color scheme in the label, though.
Old Harbor.
So Juliana, how did you get started out in music? Is it well, yeah.
So I did a lot of musical theater in high school, and I was always in choir and stuff like that, and always singing other people's songs. And then when I was a junior in high school, my dad bought me a guitar, and I was always writing like angsty teenage poetry and also playing songs. And then those things kind of came together. Started writing my own stuff when I was in high school. And then when I went off to college in Western North Carolina, I started playing out at coffee shops and little bars that I wasn't old enough to get into. And and I've had this crazy habit ever since.
Awesome. Now, so had you played music like or an instrument before you got the guitar?
I played piano when I was 8 for a couple years. I didn't really learn very much.
Basic theory.
So, yeah, sure, sort of. So no, not really. I could read a little bit of music because of chorus, but I just kind of taught myself to strum a little bit and started learning Jewel songs and Joan Osborne songs in high school, and then graduated to the Indigo Girls and gradually started writing my own stuff. When you're from Atlanta, you have to play the Indigo Girls songs.
I didn't realize
Otherwise, they take away your citizenship.
You can't be from Atlanta anymore. We're sorry. I like that. Although I'll be honest, because I'm not a native Atlantean, I did not know the Indigo Girls were from Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Technically Decatur, but yes. Yeah.
They're
That's it. That's in the perimeter.
Atlanta area.
That counts.
And they still live there, so you might see them down there sometimes.
They probably come in a canoe all the time. We just don't know it.
Well, was he like the least recognizable band of the '90s? Is always there. I also can't remember their name.
Air Supply.
Well, Air Supply comes in all the time. No, it's because one dude's always in a fedora, and you're like, yeah, of course, he's in a '90s band.
They issue
Not
the
Collective
fedora
Soul.
when you join one.
No, yeah, Collective Soul.
Collective
Soul comes in all the time.
I've seen him at Canoe.
Yeah.
You talking about Ed?
Yeah.
Yes, that is his name. Because he was at the bar one time. I didn't know because again, least recognizable. He just like looked like this cool old hipster dude.
He started singing December, and he was like, "Oh wait."
He was there one time while I was playing, and I got a little bit nervous. I was like, "Oh no!" Like a person who's been paid a lot more money than me to play music is now sitting here listening to me play.
I'll be honest. I never recognized anyone. Air Supply. I only knew because the guy's wife slipped me a guitar pick like with their logo on it. And I was like, "Oh, that's you! No, you're cool." I feel
I
like
wonder if he like hates that she does that, or if he like asks her to do it secretly. That's what
it's
I want to know.
it's hard to tell.
'Cause
I
I
mean,
would
He
hate- I
plays
would
and
hate
pretends
it.
like he hates it.
Right? Like, oh, how dare you?
Come on.
I'm like, I'm just trying to
I'm
eat my
not that
scones.
famous, guys. I just want to play some yacht rock.
Like what's the Starsky and Hutch with Ben Stiller, and he comes into the room with a guitar. He's like, "Oh man."
Whoa.
He's like, "Bring the guitar into the room."
Exactly.
Yeah. This whole thing. Oh, if you insist.
Oh, Andy says, "What up, Ian?"
Oh,
I do miss the
Hi, Andy.
scones over there. I gotta
What's
tell
going
you,
on, Andy?
I haven't been to Canoe in a few years. I miss the brunch. It's the best brunch ever.
You can send you some
Basket of
scones.
Oh my
we could
god,
probably find a way to get you some scones.
We'll send you some scones. Like that
would
we can-
make my day.
We
Seriously.
can do that.
we sent you beer. Like
Yeah.
scones. That's easy.
We didn't send beer.
This is easy
I mean, we
comparison.
didn't. We totally did not mail
Can't
beer
do that.
or
You sent me a
cocktails.
great list of beers to pick up.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. And I actually totally forgot a garnish for the cocktail this week, but we'll get to that later.
You don't even have ice yet.
I have lemons and limes and various herbs at my disposal if I need to.
Herbs will probably go well with this one too.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to use a kiwi, but I'll blank.
So we're gonna move on to the next beer, I think.
Beer.
No, you know what? I wanted to talk about West Side beer real
Oh,
quick
sure.
beforehand because they do a really cool thing called the Common Ale, and this is the Common Ale, and so they donate some of the proceeds of this to the Humans Rights campaign, and you know they dedicate this beer to the LGBTQ community of Cincinnati. So
That's
I
awesome.
thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to pick up this beer and definitely show that off as well. Wanted to save them though and give them to some of my friends.
Absolutely. I remember seeing that in the fridge. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now we'll move on.
Those guys are really sweet.
Yeah.
So that
to
was
the
West Side.
West Side Brewing
Nice.
in
Okay.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, actually, I almost crushed my sample port.
So the
And
next
I'm with
one,
Sean. Like, I don't know very much about beer at all, so I'm super into this. I'm like a cocktail nerd, but very ignorant about beer for the most part.
well, we do our best.
This is a journey of learning. That's what it is.
So we're gonna do
Schutzfrau.
Oh, shoot, bro. So legend has it that this brewery is owned by two massive Germans.
Yeah, 7-foot Germans.
7 foot plus Germans.
They have
Oh,
giant.
like actually massive.
Yes.
Not just like they're like hella German.
Yes.
Yeah.
We gotta pump you up.
I'm like, oh, sweet. They're going to be doing keg lifts in the back. And they're like, sorry, they just left.
Fun German fact: Helles just
Left.
means bright or light, so it's a bright
So-
lager, and that's
It's a
what that
bright
means
light.
in German.
I got one of their tasting glasses. Couldn't tell you how much they cost, but I got one.
Oh, wow. It is
Yeah,
very bright.
nice
Honestly,
golden color.
This
Definitely right there in a lager, what you would expect from, a lager.
so like
This is,
this color reminds me a lot of, you ever had like bubble lights on a Christmas tree?
yeah.
Like I did when I was a kid. Like this is the yellow bubble light. Like this is that
Oh,
bright,
totally.
clear color.
Here, I can get mine really close for the kids at
All
home.
right. Woo. For those playing the home game. That's nice.
It's got that
It's a little
that corn grit kind of.
okay. I was like, it's
Yeah.
not banana. Like it's almost like kind of bright plantain. A little sweet. A little weedy.
And the malty. It's like running through a
Oh yeah. I mean,
field of wheat.
it's 5.4. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's heavy.
in the medium.
Yeah.
In the medium, but like I was before I looked.
It's
I was like,
heavier than your Budweiser, your Miller Lights, your
right. I feel like I could kill a couple of these, but honestly, 2.5 in, I'd
yeah.
probably be okay.
You slam one down, you're gonna have a good burp coming.
Do
A
you have like,
good.
a burp rating for all your
Yeah,
beers?
because you know what? There's
I don't-
also
like, do we?
there's also got to be a rating that comes with like how much flavor and extraness that comes with the burp. Like how many people do you offend with this burp?
Yeah. Also really fine bubbles on this. Like
Yeah.
really, really small. Like it's a nice carbonation.
This is definitely a beer that Germans want to drink on the regular. Like I bet you a German could put a 6-pack down.
Yeah, I mean I can see this. This is like a daily beer. This is
like it's got the, excuse the expression, the champagne of beers, but that kind of bubbling that comes
Effervescence.
from that.
like a very tiny bubbles.
Because I mean, it's
But
like it's
you can
raining
see, like, all the
backwards.
little strains. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like that because one of the reasons I don't drink a ton of beer is because of the carbonation and stuff. So having it be this sort of like lighter, you get the feeling of it without feeling like you're swallowing a bunch of air. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of
And there's the
burps.
burps. Like I said, if you slug this down,
One
it's
burp,
like
1 out of 1.
Juliana Darby Odom says, "What up, Juliana? Drink, drink, drink."
Darby! Darby's the kick-ass guitar player in a band I'm in here called the Beauty Operators.
Nice.
And Darby is one of our 2 guitar players, and I am not one of them. I get to just be a vocalist in that band, which is really fun for me.
Sweet. Nothing like being a front person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darby is amazing. She's just kick-ass. So.
Do you wear like
Glad
a
you're here,
do you wear like a headband in that band?
Darby says,
like
"Me
with the
too."
side like Axl Rose style.
And then
Since you
Oh,
don't
I
have to
could.
carry the guitar around or anything like that.
We get to wear all kinds of crazy stuff. We have wigs. We have like big old sunglasses. Our drummer has an adorable fascinator. It's like a pirate hat that she wears sometimes.
Sweet.
There's a lot of fun outfits.
See?
It's a real silly band.
You're welcome to come back with the whole band and do another show.
we
will.
do
Once we can all be in the same room together, we should do it.
We
do our share of
plenty of
silliness
cameras.
we do our share of silliness on the show.
Yeah, I can't
Right?
tell because there's a giant inflatable llama behind me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We don't
You
talk
see
about.
it? Is it just
we
me?
don't talk
I've
about
never seen
that.
a llama. I don't know what they look like.
Y'all could have just played it like I was imagining things.
But there is no llama.
It's actually just a drawing on the wall.
Yeah, honestly, from the camera. All right.
That
Any
llama's been
Moozle.
dead for 40 years.
It's a stuffed mounted head.
Ryan says, "Save me some beer." And Ryan Nathan.
Also an awesome musician.
I think
drummer.
before that he said something about burping. So trying to
Get a burp out.
realize what Ryan's into.
Yes.
Is he daring me to burp? I can't really burp very well.
Just project.
Slug one of these
Train-
down
train
real
myself.
quick. Tip the glass.
I'm afraid of what
Tip
will
the
happen.
glass
That's what
and
it
you'll
is.
know about the burp.
I don't want to unleash my abilities on everyone.
See, this would be a good quarantine.
It'll be
skill.
like mid-song when it comes, too.
Oh, that's my nightmare. That is my nightmare.
First post-COVID show. You're like, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share a skill that I picked up during
Yeah.
quarantine.
I can now burp all the lyrics to.
You know, you could do it like
Jackson
Dewey
Five.
Cox style and add it to the song, you know? You have the llama could throw a line in.
He seems like the quiet type, honestly.
He plays the tambourine or the triangle.
Alicia said it's actually an alpaca.
It's an alpaca. Marco Polo.
It's very important to get the taxonomy of your inflatable animals correct.
I feel like that's a different show. I'm going to be totally honest. Probably one that we're not allowed to stream on Facebook Live.
Welcome back to Balloon Chat.
Right. Hey, all you crazy lunars and kittens.
Lunars, is that what balloon fans call themselves?
Yep.
I like
You know,
it.
the
Dang it,
llama's,
internet.
the llama's
Why do I
actually drinking on the Shul's
Oh,
bra as
you
well.
touched. No, we weren't supposed to actually.
No.
Whatever. Fine. That bit's
I
over.
screwed it up.
You touched the llama.
The beer was enticing.
Don't touch
I
the
didn't
llama.
touch the llama. I only
So-
touched the beer.
We got sidetracked early tonight. So I know we kind of talked about a little bit, Juliana, about how you started in music. So what brought you to sort of present day, and what are you doing now? As far as music, you said you're in a group, or you have at least a band to perform with.
Yeah, the last couple of years have been really interesting because I released an album in spring 2018 called Way Down. I did a national tour with that, and it was awesome. And then last fall, I was like, I'm going to take some time off and take a little break and regroup because touring is exhausting. And that was my like fifth release that I had put out, and I just wanted to take a little break. And right when I was getting ready to start playing pretty heavily again, I actually catastrophically injured my hand, and I had to get hand surgery. I severed my radial nerve, and I couldn't use my left hand, which is pretty important when you're playing, and had to take a lot of time off and get surgery and all that stuff. And it's great now; it's doing fine. But in the meantime, I needed other ways to like express myself, and that's when I joined the Beauty Operators, where I get to just sing, and I also joined a local choir, and that was great. But yeah, I've just started writing a little bit again, and obviously I can't be on tour this summer either for other reasons. But I get to do cool stuff like this, like hang out with you guys and talk about music and beer, and that's pretty great. And my Patreon people kind of keep me going through tough times, and that's been awesome. I do an online show for them every month, which I've been doing for years since the beginning, and so I've kept doing that, and that's where we're at right now.
Very cool. So, did you have to do any amount of like, well, I assume you would like rehab for
Yeah,
for
I
getting
did
your fine
physical
tuning?
therapy. I did physical therapy for 4 months.
Wow.
Because it started out, I'm not going to get gross about my surgery, but like with the rehab, like I started out only being able to move this much, and it was like do this 40 times a day.
Wow.
And that was the entirety of my rehab. Like I wasn't allowed to actually move more than that for a while. But you really learn a lot about accessibility and what you need two hands for or not. I got really good at carrying stuff in my elbow, which I still find myself doing sometimes.
It's a new skill. Yeah.
Yeah, I developed some new skills. It was cool. It was good. I got really familiar with. I actually bought a Kindle for the first time. I used to be like very into like only paper books only. And then when I can't actually hold it up and turn a page,
Yeah.
one-handed is a different situation. And so I got a Kindle, and it was great. I could just hold it and do this all day, and read a lot of books and wrote stuff that wasn't guitar based. And then I actually started on the piano when I started back because it's easier. My physical therapist had me play the piano a little bit before I could play guitar because I couldn't make a fist.
Right.
And so that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we are. I'm totally back to full speed now.
Sure. Well, no, you warm it up. You wouldn't. I don't think anyone would have been like, I think she's had some damage. Like, no.
I have a little lightning bolt scar now, like the girl who lived.
Yeah. Just read
No
my mind.
superpowers yet, but
They're coming.
Right. If I mean, would it be snakes still, or would it be something else starts talking to you, like hamsters? Start going,
Hey, over here, over here.
Listen, nobody wants to speak to hamsters.
I do. I
They're
mean,
jerks. I take guinea pig though. That'd be fine.
I like my ham hams. I have two ham hams. Yeah.
Do you have the only two nice hamsters in the world?
Well, I had a nice hamster, and she just passed away last week. Mia Ham. She was a great ham.
That's adorable.
And so I just got two new hamsters, Honey Baked and Virginia.
Nice.
and Virginia is seems to be a little angsty. Honey Baked is entirely the sweetest hamster I've ever had.
It must have to do with their parenting then. I just,
Yeah.
bringing them up right.
I'm a good
so
ham
they're
dad.
nice.
How were they raised?
Right?
I had a gerbil once. It was a mean gerbil. It bit me.
Huh?
I still have the scar from it, actually. It's on one of these hands, but
No, I'm good. That's about the extent I want to look for scars in your hands.
yeah, you don't want to know.
We've already talked about hand injuries enough, I guess.
Let's
Brought it all the way downhill.
segue from hand injuries
To the next
the
one.
next
All
beer,
right.
the cougar baits.
I had questions. I'll ask them later. I was just kind of curious about like the content of stuff that you wrote. But I'll ask it.
Oh,
Right?
sorry about that.
We have time.
Yeah,
we
do.
can talk
Key
over
lime
the
cougar bait.
over the cougar baits.
All right, let me ask like one quick
Yes.
question. Just because I was curious, like, is there something that you're like most proud of that you wrote or created during that time? Like the kind of your
gosh.
off?
I think just writing at all. Like honestly, it's anybody who has had a situation. And honestly, I bet a lot of people can relate. having to not be able to work during quarantine. Like, when a lot of your self-worth and your identity is tied up in like this thing that you do as a career, you kind of have an existential crisis. And I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing that now, and I'm sorry, and it'll be okay. But I guess, luckily went through that a little earlier with this. So just being able to write at all is what I'm proud of, and that I didn't decide to just totally quit. And like sitting down and feeling like writing was a really nice feeling. I was happy when that started to come back after being like really down about it for a while. Yeah, it's a wild ride. But also, I don't tie as much of my identity up in being a musician anymore. I love being a musician, but it's my job, you know? And
Right.
It feels good. I feel like I have a healthier relationship with it at this point than I used to.
That's cool. I like that. I wouldn't have thought of that perspective. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, can I do
All
the
right.
sound effect again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sean and I had a real moment there, didn't we?
Bring it in. Bring it
Oh, Bros.
in. Ooh,
The
that was.
llama was in on it too. It was a good shot.
Was it?
Yeah.
Still haven't seen the
Just
llama.
looking on.
Ooh, oh my gosh, that smells fun.
It definitely smells like key lime.
Oh yeah.
Wow. They've
They've even got like the marshmallow on the top of the key lime pie with this in there.
Wow, that's cool. Kind of a hazy yellow.
So I've been drinking today a little bit of their halfway home American Pale Ale. So we want to talk about this brewery a little bit too, because this is definitely the salty old man in the corner. Who was that man?
Can I read
Who
the
was that
description?
man?
Oh my gosh! And then we'll talk about the salty old man in the corner. Good fishermen know when it's important that it's important to change their bait every now and then. A new twist to an old favorite can make all the difference. This American blonde ale, brewed with key lime, is the perfect addition to your tackle box, wherever you may be fishing, whatever you may be fishing for.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
guys. That doesn't smell really good. I haven't
Wow.
even tasted it yet. All right.
It's got the lime zest like when you do a lime twist or
Yeah.
the oil is coming off.
I mean, it really has that. All right, I'm actually gonna taste it now.
It's tart.
I feel a lot of things that advertise a lime flavor really just have the fragrance, but this has the flavor in there too.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's got that kind of.
but not the artificial lime, like real lime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like how key lime is.
Like
I
when
mean,
you
it's a less
squeeze a
bitter-
lime into the Corona almost. But this is ale, not Corona.
Yeah, it's not a lager.
Yeah.
It's an ale, and I mean, and that it gives it a more of the softness, a little bit of a weediness. This is very smooth.
Because most of the golden ales have that weird bite to them. They want to be lagers, but they're not because
Right.
they've got that.
Yeah, and I think he nailed it with using key lime instead. And I only say he because there was a salty old man in the corner of this brewery when we went in.
We don't know about who
And
it
like
was.
I kind of looked. It was just like, all right, well, that guy's drinking beer. Good for him. And
He was
us
quiet. He didn't
two,
want to say shit to us at first.
and the bartenders. And so we were talking to
it was
her.
like a young lady.
Give
Yeah.
her some cards. Tell them about what we do. She gives us some stickers. It was nice. Get our beer.
And then
and
he
they-
started talking to us.
And he's like, hey, so what are you guys? They're like, oh, we did this show. We're traveling around. And I don't know why, but he's like, oh, so what else are you into? I'm like, video games? Oh, video games rock. And I'm just, yeah, video. I love. They're great. And he's like, what kind of video? I'm like, he like just digging in. I'm like, do you work here? I want to ask it because like I feel like I should directly answer and leave this alone because I have no idea where this is going. But it was just a hanging out, and whether he was the owner or just some guy that he just needed some place to be.
He would definitely
It's
remind you of
always
like
there.
Walter Matthau in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah. He had that kind of vibe where like he's not gonna do anything, but I feel like he's judging me.
Like he would never get up out of the chair, but he's definitely gonna have an opinion when you walk out
What if
that
he
door.
doesn't work there, but he's just paid by the brewery to like
Might
add
be.
character?
God, I
Good,
hope so.
good
That would
for
be
it.
better. Yeah.
Good for them if they do that.
That's. I mean, they're even smarter than just making good
They
beer.
probably just give him beer to hang out there.
Yeah.
I would do that. That'd be a sweet retirement.
Like,
All
why
right,
don't you hang
Sean.
out and tell some old fisherman stories?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sean, you get to do this part of the interview process because I got to get your ice.
Excellent. I need ice for cocktails.
And I want to hear the song. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, man. I make the craft cocktails. You quiz me about the beer. By the way, Hells comes from Munich, Germany. He was going to ask me that question.
Into the black hole. Into the black hole.
Into the heart. It's Juliana. Oh, gosh. I think that was the slowest door close I could have thought of. So I know we're all stuck in quarantine. This is a bit of our creative endeavor to kind of keep some of the boredom away. We are back at work, but still, we love doing this. What have you been working on, and what are you hoping to do once you can get back out out of the house?
Oh, well, I've been working kind of boringly but wonderfully on a giant vegetable garden, which I'm super psyched about. And just like having to be home, I'm lucky that I have a little bit of property where I can be outside a lot, because I think I would have gone a little bit bonkers having to be inside all the time. And writing some stuff that's not music. I've been working on a couple of audio dramas with a team of writers who are local here in Durham. Cool. And we just had a reading with some actors to hear it out loud and work on our next drafts, and that's really exciting. We have 9 episodes in season 1 that we're getting ready to record. And working on some screenplays, and I also write this bi-weekly newsletter called Hey, I Love You, that's about self-care and mental health, and been working on that too. And then a few songs here and there. I guess I'll keep writing songs too.
Awesome. That's an incredible amount of creative output. That's really cool. You missed it all, Ian. I'm sorry.
Not even trying.
Is there anything, any sort of, I mean, so as you talked about your biweekly newsletter, is that twice a week or every other week?
Every other week. I know, but it's weird that bi-monthly means both things.
Mm-hmm.
Every other week.
So is that between like that newsletter and the audio dramas you're writing, is there kind of that kind of through line, either subject matter wise of being good to yourself or having to deal with those kind of situations?
I think maybe some of that comes out in the writing. It's not directly that way, but with audio drama, it's called Jesus Pancake, by the way. It's with a team of writers, so we're collaborating. But that show is a lot about generational trauma and family stuff, and also potentially supernatural powers. And it's comedy.
Awesome.
Yeah, so there's some mental health stuff in there, you know.
Sounds good.
It kind of comes out.
We all have mental minds and health, so I'm not gonna. It's mental minds, man. It's true. There was some mental minds. There was another thought I had in the back of my head, like, no, you talked about that. It just. I used to do some work in that field, but this is not about me. This is about you. So I was trying not to insert myself into that topic.
We're hanging out though. You can
right?
Absolutely.
And then I said something stupid anyway. That's a scary.
But now it's your band name. Now
you've
discovered your band name.
Mental Minds. It's going to be a ukulele band.
Right. It's all ukes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All ukes all the time.
Yeah.
It's coming. I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna learn to play the ukulele just so I can be in the band.
I don't even know how to write music.
I've got a ukulele right in here.
I can make you one even.
I know.
So that aside from that,
you've got your backup dancer behind you already.
Yes. So. We can teach.
We
can teach him how to play.
So when you say that, I really want to get that's like inflatable waving arm men, but just have llamas just on the stage.
That'd be great.
Yes.
That'd be great. Wait, which parts would wave?
I assume just like it'd be like the neck and the head, maybe like
and the tail,
like little legs kind of flailing off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
I just
That'd be
caught
cool.
myself on camera doing this, and I was like, oh, shoot. That's a terrible look.
I mean, I was into it. I thought it was great. Yeah, you got the dance down.
I do. It's like, sorry, rehearsal time. Look, we have to practice the llama dance.
Madonna.
I feel like it's music time.
It's
But
definitely
with
music.
llamas.
It's
But with llamas.
definitely music.
Of course, we asked you on the show as a guest musician as well as a co-drinker. Are you ready to play your first song?
I am.
Excuse me. Choked up
This
a
is
little
a song
bit.
I wrote a few years ago.
It's that puberty. We talked about the puberty earlier.
You're interrupting, sir. You're interrupting.
This is a song I wrote a few years ago about my love-hate relationship with social media. It's taken on kind of a weirder tone now that we're in an age of social distancing, because the song's called Anti-Socialize. And that's all the intro I'm going to do. Here we go. Where were you when the chips were down? Now suddenly you're coming round, sending me a small request. 'Cause you moved back to my town, water under the bridge. You say we can start things fresh today. You say it looks like I'm doing well. You can just go to, don't add me, don't tweet me, and don't ask me to meet up. I'm not feeling that we're linked in, and all of that virtual friendship stuff. We won't be tumbling together in any kind of weather. Online or otherwise, the status isn't complicated. I'd just rather anti-socialize. I don't care how you stumbled upon me. Just tag yourself back out, and if you don't stop suggesting at me, I might have to yelp and shout. I hope that you don't mind if I politely decline. You're unfollowed, unfriended. This match has unharmoniously ended. So don't add me, don't tweet me, and don't ask me to meet up. I'm not feeling that we're linked in, and all of that virtual friendship stuff. We won't be tumbling together in any kind of weather. Online or otherwise, the status isn't complicated. I'd just rather anti-socialize. You can ping me 7 times a day, and I'm still not gonna read your blog. And the picture's cute, but there's no way I'm signing up and voting for your dog. I don't like you, I can't comment. When I flickered you off, I meant it. So don't add me, and don't tweet me. Please don't ask me to meet up. I'm not feeling that we're linked in, and all of that virtual friendship stuff. We won't be tumbling together in any kind of weather. Online or otherwise, the status isn't complicated. I'd just rather anti-socialize. The status isn't complicated. I'd just rather anti-socialize. Honey, it ain't complicated. I'd just rather anti-socialize. Oh, thank you.
Awesome. All right, now I have to exit full screen and see if I can get us back into normal view.
Can you look at all of us?
There we
Are
go.
Back on.
Ta-da.
Can we
Back
look
to
at
normal
us?
screen.
Might be better if we just go back to her.
I was just going to say something else, but I have this giant bucket of ice here, and it's time for cocktails.
It's cocktails.
May I have a glass, please, sir? Excellent.
Oh, I have to go get mine.
Sorry.
I've
I've had to leave camera twice already, so.
The nicest thing that she just did was actually mute herself when she got up.
She did.
That was super pro. Oh my God. I'm verklempt. All right, so we have 2 cocktails today, and we're doing a little experiment this week. I bottled some sangria, and I didn't know how it was going to go. So basically, I bottled 2 bottles at the same time, one to send to Juliana, and one for us to keep. That way, we would have the same amount of either joy and or suffering, because I don't really know how this is going to go. So sangria.
Either joy or suffering.
I'm sure Sean made the video this week of him making the sangria.
I didn't, because I made it like a week and a half ago before our last show in Cincinnati. So this is over a week old. But so sangria, essentially what it is it's a way to either use cheap wine or to use up open / starting to expire wine. And you do that by putting a bunch of fruit into a bowl or a jug or something like that. And then adding either brandy or schnapps or triple sec or something like that to kind of spike it up a little bit. Some people add juice. I like to add lots of juice and fruits and all the things I just mentioned and let that sit. So this sat for about a day, day and a half. I had oranges, lemons, limes, grapes, some brandy, and some Grand Marnier, and a splash of vodka.
So it's basically fruit cocktail spiked up.
Yeah, so it's a spiked up fruit cocktail. So I just cracked it open. Still smells pretty good. Do you want to grab one more glass again so I can pour you some?
Smells great.
You could
The color is
probably
amazing.
if you were imprisoned, you could probably do this in the toilet in prison, right?
Some turlet wine. Of course,
I don't know if you
Shankerbeach.
can really see the color, but
That's
it's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah, no, that's
It's very
There's
ruby.
some dark.
so come over. So actually, I used a Malbec as a base. It's a cheap Malbec, like in a box, but a Malbec nonetheless. To
Not
to
the
make this.
Katina.
Not the container from the place that we work at. I'm gonna pour you a little bit more there. Just
It's definitely got the grape juice color.
Yeah.
So you don't
Nice
want to
deep purple.
spill this on your
Cheers.
couch.
oh my god! Cheers. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Moment of truth. I'm not mad at that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite things about it is that it's not like overly. I think a lot of sangria is too sweet.
Mm. No, this is the
This
kind of
is
sangria
nice,
that,
nicely balanced.
like, if I had like a piece of basil or some thyme, I would like
Oh,
throw it in
yeah.
there, right on top.
Or you could spike it up with something else.
No, so, and I will say, like, even when I had it, because I made like 2 gallons of it. Even when I had made it, this is the kind of thing. It's creeper. It will come up on you and bite you in the bum, because it's strong.
Thanks for the warning, because
Yeah.
I would have just.
She already
gone for it.
sucked
You're
it down.
welcome.
Yeah. Tipped the glass on.
No, yeah, because I had like a little half a solo cup of it. I'm like, no, man, I made some weak ass thing. And yeah, it was.
Oh shit.
Yeah, uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. I need to step away from the edge of the pool. So that's bam. That's your basic sangria. And I know a lot of bartenders I work with are afraid to make sangria, like by the glass, like on demand. And you can do it without doing the steeping process. I like to give it a little basic shake, but same amount of like 4 ounces of wine, splash of vodka, splash of triple sec, a little bit of orange, lemon, and lime juice, just right in. And you can more or less fake the whole process. It's not as good, but for someone that's like, man, I just want a glass of sangria, you can do it. I like to do a little soda water on top. Sprite in the right situation can also
We
work.
have some soda water.
Just add some sweetness. No, I mean, I like this. This is
Yeah.
happy. There actually was a little bit
Yeah,
of
this is
Sprite in
great.
the entire batch.
You know what would be good is that Sprite ginger. on
Yes. Ian bought a
Unofficial
case of
sponsor of this
Sprite
episode.
that. Ginger.
right.
I tried it out. It's amazing.
I'd never seen it, and so you saw it. Now, but
You'll try it.
Even.
It's-
I feel like that's just on your mind, but
Sprite is.
you're not wrong.
Sprite is. Sprite. I'm a Sprite guy myself.
Sprite is all right.
I feel like Sprite is your hangover cure.
Right. That is
Firework there.
finally heard a firework. All right.
Uh,
Our neighbors
but-
have been silent so far, but I heard
Mm.
them earlier,
just heard
so I'm
the
sure
first
they'll
one.
make a debut.
well, we probably would have heard more if we were outdoors, but
Yeah.
Anyway, the Sprite ginger is great.
I'm also like, I got my hairs cut for the first time like 3
Yeah,
years ago.
we were
Like,
everybody's
so
been
like-
talking about it.
so the-
Sean took the ponytail
the top knot
out.
is gone. It was down to here,
Yeah,
and now
was,
we've just got this kind of
it was not down.
what was that rapper from Seattle?
Macklemore?
Yes, I've got the Macklemore haircut. That's
I was-
exactly what this is. It's just the shaved sides with like
I was going
3.5
with
inches
Sir
on top.
Mix-a-Lot.
Sir,
Yeah. You
Either
look
way.
just like Sir Mix-a-Lot.
none of the talent of either of them. But Sir Mix-a-Lot only because of the cocktails I'll take. All right, so before I enjoy all of that, I will. Should I move on to the next cocktail, or should we let that sit for a second?
Let's move on to the next cocktail.
All right, fine. So the next
That means
cocktail.
I have to like deal
No,
with this.
you don't have to.
Deal. Slug it down. Chug it down. Chug it down.
I was gonna say you don't have to.
Friends, I'm 37 years old. I don't chug things anymore.
Heard. Oh, give me 1 second.
It's the Hellas Lager.
It is. It's the Hellas. It's giving me Hellas. So the second cocktail I have for tonight is not a classic. It's actually, Juliana, when I emailed you, I said, what do you like? And then it was like, I don't know, a few days later, you said, I like herbal, more on the bitter sides, cocktails. You didn't give me a base liquor, so gosh, I hope you like bourbon.
I love bourbon.
Perfect. Maybe that's why we became friends to start with. I'm not sure. But
I bet we did become friends over some bourbon.
I've been drinking the rye tonight.
Right.
But...
All right.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Hey, do you know what? Here's a joke that I made on Twitter a couple years ago that I'm super proud of. I'm going to recycle it right here.
Do it.
Because I found out that, oh my God, Matthew McConaughey has a bourbon. He made a bourbon.
He does, I think. So does Kid Rock.
With Jack Daniels. It wasn't with Jack Daniels. I have to look it up right now.
I mean, he's been doing Lincoln commercials, so I feel like
it's
if
a Texas-based. It's not a bourbon. It's a bourbon-style whiskey because I think it's Texas-based. Wild Turkey, Long Branch.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's right.
I haven't had it, but I tweeted as soon as I found out about it. I was like, "So listen, is this bourbon like, your typical mash, or is it all rye?" They didn't get back to me, but I was
dang
proud
it.
of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic joke. Because I say
How
that
did they not put that on the bottle?
That should be like what they did, a rye bourbon, and call
Wild
it
Turkey,
all rye.
It's
Yeah,
really a missed opportunity.
it absolutely was.
where is fire that marketing team?
No shit.
Fire them now,
McConaughey should be pissed.
right?
Like,
that
no.
guy doesn't have an angry bone in his body, or if he does, they hide it very well. Because
He does, man. He's doing Lincoln commercials now.
Right? Yeah,
I
because
feel
he's
like I
like,
have to point
I'll
out
let
that
my agent handles that,
we're
man.
using the same sophisticated ice cooler situation.
We are.
oh my gosh, that's
Look
fantastic.
at that. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Official mixing bowl of the Beery Traveler.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to make this cocktail that I made for you, Juliana, which I'm calling a Dirty Blonde. I have pre-mixed for you, so all you have to do is crack it open.
Blondes.
And what?
Oh no.
I.
I'm.
We're all allowed to have our own preferences, sir. So, for those of you playing the home game, what you do is take about 1.5 ounces of bourbon. In this case, I'm going to take double this up because I'm making for myself and for you. Bam. And whichever bourbon you like.
When Sean comes over to my house, I prefer he makes my cocktails.
Right. We're going to take about 1/2 ounce of Luxardo.
I have some over here too for you.
Well, yeah, because we split this bottle at one point.
You did,
but
you'll probably. I'll be wanting the rest of that back sooner or later.
Luxardo is more expensive than I thought it was. But oh well. So about 1/2 ounce of Luxardo. A little bit less of Genepi. I would say 1/4 ounce, but anywhere between 1/4 and 1/2 ounce.
Don't you?
I do. So Genepi I like because if you like chartreuse as a flavor, this is a little bit sweeter, a little bit more approachable. So if you have friends that are like, what? It's kind of like the same idea of like offering them Aperol or Campari or something like that.
Right.
This is a much more approachable Amaro. But it still has that mountainy herbal kind of smell to it. And it mixes quite well. And the TC from Wasted Knowledge, I would say gave me this bottle, but he left it at my house. So I'm using this bottle. I might owe him a bottle.
I'm waiting for you to have to bow out one week and I get TC. I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to join me.
Probably is.
There's like squatters' rights on bottles that are left in people's houses, I think.
Right. In this case, just a splash of orange juice. I'm going to use for 2 cocktails, about a half ounce. But it's mostly just to add like a little citrus note. And last but not least, some orgeats. So this is some house-made orgeat.
Yeah.
By house, I mean homemade. And we're going to use about a half ounce for that. And that is going to be our dirty blonde. I'm going to give it a quick shake and pour it over ice. I should probably hold up the glass. There we go.
You can see it coming out yellow.
Right. Well, it's kind of that off
creamy yellow.
It's a dirty blonde color. All right.
Yes.
Can you believe I actually thought about taste and color at the same time? I did.
Got pretty close.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, or
Got pretty close.
There you go, Ian. That's for you.
This better not be my wife's color hair.
Right. Yes. Mm. So it smells kind of sweet, a little citrusy.
It's a little bubblegummy.
I can see that.
I like it because it smells like it has like a tiki drink type of smell.
That's the orgeat, sure.
Yeah, but that's not the flavor of it.
No, we used a little orgeat last week, so when I make it, I make like, I don't know, 12
This is strong.
Oh, this is definitely strong.
I like it. I love it.
This is a panty dropper.
My general cocktail style, just as a bartender, is boozy. Even when it's sweet or balanced, or whatever, everything I make is quite boozy, unless you ask me not to.
Yeah, I'm with you on those.
I like a booze forward drink because I like to sip,
Mhm.
not just like down stuff. So
Yeah.
We talked about
This is
spiking
good.
up the one from last week a little bit. This week.
I like this. I mean,
Yeah, this is
obviously
good.
I made it, but this is it's so I like orgeat in general, just as an ingredient. I like tiki cocktails.
I could see this
and
strained
this
up
is-
as well.
I've never gotten to have a bourbon tiki cocktail. So that was in the back of my head, and you're like, oh, I want something a little drier, more herbal. Like, well, that can go well in bourbon, and if you balance it right with sweetness, it can
Yeah.
work. So I hope this
Yeah.
this works for you.
it's great. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. I think it's awesome.
Because this is you were my muse for this cocktail.
I
I
hear
could
that
see
a
the
lot.
kids. I could see the kids doing shots of this.
Ugh,
Oh God,
I mean-
please don't.
Yes.
don't kids.
The
Stop,
kids.
Stop it. Stop it,
Kids,
kids.
if you're
Kids.
watching this,
Bad kids.
Kids.
Bad kids. Go home. Go ahead. Go home,
Kids.
kids. Your trunk.
Kids, this is a good shot. I'm the oldest one on the show, and I'm like, here, kids.
I was never a like shots person, and
I
I
was.
still am not. I can't. I've done it a couple times at like, okay, it's somebody's birthday and we're all doing this together, but it's never been a great idea for me.
I
I was
If
always
you've never
like a buddy
woke
sit at
up
the
in
bar
your
and drink
front
bourbon.
lawn before,
Mhm.
you're not doing it right.
Ugh, no. I see. I think I have done it right because I've never woken up in a front lawn.
mean, I will say I'm trying to think of the
Never
worst
woken
place
up
I've
in a lawn
woken
that
up.
wasn't my own.
I was the couch guy for a long time at my friend's house in college.
Yeah.
Just like always on the couch. Just it's Sean. He's
You're
the couch
safe
guy.
though. That's safe. You didn't
Guy
try to
on
go
the couch.
somewhere. That's good. Don't try to go somewhere.
Yeah, going places. I've definitely had some of those.
Worst idea ever. Worst idea ever. If you've got the buzz going, just hang out. Just chill. Don't worry about what else is going on. If you put that on yourself, just lean back. You got a llama who loves you that wants to hang out,
Hashtag llama love.
and just chill until the morning. Until you've slept it off. It's the best option.
Till it's time to
Or-
get hash browns.
Or call the Uber, call the taxi,
Ultimate breakfast jack.
whatever. Yeah. Get
Get a.
a
I can't wait for whenever
Get
whenever
Get
we,
a breakfast.
Hash browns.
Get a
Hash.
breakfast.
whenever we get to have a Geta episode. I'm excited. I don't know when that's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. We're gonna get a
I'm
episode.
gonna do a beer pairing. Get a beer.
Get a
pairing.
beer pairing. It'll be something Cincinnati.
That'll be. I'm only saying that'll be tough because that means we'll have to have Geta beforehand to know what. Geta
So
is
you know
to
what?
pair with.
You know what we need to do? We need to do the challenge.
Oh goodness.
We need to do
So
you chug Das Boots. Since it's a German thing,
so being that we
it's a
have
German thing. You
Schulzbräu.
do the German beer, and then eat the Geta sausage.
So anyone that wants to come on the show, socially distanced, of course, we have a separate couch.
We will have a separate camera that just shows
you. Could be the couch guy.
Chugging.
Yes, you.
Das boot.
If you try hard enough,
you break the boot, you buy it.
And or if you try to chug the boot. So if you're in the Atlanta area and would like to come on the show, tweet, text, all the things. I'll get on the social medias here.
And if you think you can do, don't. Amateurs, please do not apply.
Right. Anyone that works with us, come on down.
But if you think you can do the boot, come on. I've got it right here. This is a 2-liter boot.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Which means you have to, if you can't chug a 2-liter of soda, you can't do this boot.
I'm also going to say, like, I do distinctly remember the days of all the weird decisions we were talking about, like being able to drink that much fluid, like getting the giant big gulp and or drinking that much beer in college. My stomach can't handle this volume anymore. I can't do it. Like physically, I cannot do it. And
so
there are many people.
So kids.
So if you or someone you know can do that, bring them on. But oh my god, man! Just the volume of I can drink that much water right now. I don't get it.
Das Boot.
Right?
This is a big motherfucker.
It's not actually a shoe. I think it started out as being actually a shoe.
Probably was.
Tell you what, if you have some thigh highs that you want to wear, if someone wants to wear and drink out of, I would support that as well. Yeah. Just for funsies. Let's do it.
Get the boot. We've thrown down a couple challenges.
I like it. This is my favorite so far. But yeah, go back and watch old episodes and see those challenges too. I love this Dirty Blonde, by the way.
All right. So we have one more song, right?
Ready for song 2?
Oh yeah. I guess I could do that. I'm not just supposed to sit here and drink cocktails.
Yeah.
That's post show. After the show we can.
That's when That's when the real craziness goes down. That's when the all right goes down.
Yes, drinking songs. I like it.
I like to preface the song by saying that, in a lot of traditions, there are a couple different kinds of drinking song. There's the like, hey, I love you, man. We're having a great time. We're all hanging out together kind of drinking song. And this is not that kind of drinking song. I'm wrist deep in a bottle and you're halfway on my mind. If I keep going with no throttle, there's no telling what I find, Telling what I find, baby, what I find. You got married to some girl and I just married my regret. If there's a better way to handle this, well, I ain't found it yet, found it yet. Found it yet, found it yet. Take heart's got a crack. You know they say the time can ease you. In the meantime, Whiskey Jack offers a little anesthesia. A little anesthesia, anesthesia. 'Cause you got married to that girl, honey. I just married my regret. There's a better way to handle this kid. I ain't found it yet, ain't found it yet. Ain't found it yet, ain't found it, yeah. So take me down to the water, take me all the way down. Lead me down to that water, watch me flow, let me drown. Take me down to the water, take me all the way down, 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 down. Lead me down to that water, watch me float, or let me drown.
Woo! Yeah.
Thank you.
Solid. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So this is about the end of the live stream portion of the
Yes.
show. Juliana, do you have anything, any
Shameless
social
plugs.
media- shameless plugs
Shameless plugs.
I-
you'd like to throw out into the ether?
Yeah, I have a show coming up tomorrow. So normally this weekend I would be playing at an event called Play On Con, which is a gaming convention / nerd summer camp. And we can't be at summer camp this year, unfortunately. But we're doing virtual Play On Con, and you can find it on Discord and Twitch. They have a channel there. There's some Facebook events. But I'm playing a show tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central for Play On Con. And that'll be like a full hour-long set. And that's it. And then anybody who joins my Patreon gets to come to a monthly online show as well.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Where do we find you online?
JulianaFinch.com, patreon.com/JulianaFinch, and all of my social media is at Write Play Repeat.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you. All right, and so thank you for being on the show tonight. I know we appreciate it. I
Yes.
appreciate it. You've been wonderful. Please, everyone, follow Juliana and support her. If you'd like to follow us as well, hopefully, well, if you're watching, that means you are doing that already. But if you're not, you can find us on fb.me/Beery Traveler, Instagram, _Beery_Traveler, Twitter @Beery_Traveler, YouTube, The Beery Traveler. Also, thank you to Essentia for giving us a couple cases of
Yes.
your wonderful water that keeps me from feeling like
Caca.
buttocks tomorrow. Yes, thank you.
Caca the next day.
It is much appreciated.
Yes.
Ian, take us
Thank
away.
you to West Side Brewing, Country Boy Brewing, and Schulzbra Brewing,
Thank you, Master
all
Germans.
for giving us great beer tonight. We're ready for the Challenger.
Yes.
Again, we're looking for good times and great beers. Thanks again, Sean, coming on. Thanks again, Juliana, for
Thanks
joining
for
us
having me.
tonight,
This is super
singing
fun.
us some songs. We will see you next Friday night with our next live stream.
With our next round of things and stuff.
We'll see. Maybe the lawn will join us.
Cheers.
All right.
We'll
Cheers.
see. Good night.